Good afternoon. I'm not looking really spectacular right now, but I don't think spectacular is what I'm going for. I just had a couple of thoughts that I wanted to put down on record. My name is Louise Thundercloud. Legal name, according to the United States, is Maud Hills. I am a mixed blood Native indigenous person. I'm also a disabled woman. I have Asperger's syndrome, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic shock disorder, major mood disorder. My physical disorders are spinal stenosis, scoliosis, something called spondylolisthesis, and bilateral sciatica. I'm also a mother. This afternoon I was thinking about myself as a mother and what really irritates me about what's happened to my daughter. More so than me. I'm her mother. I'm looking at what's happened. And I really want a reversal of what's happened because of how it directly affects her, how it affects my looking at my adult daughter, my anger at not even being given the opportunity to receive supportive services at home from the Disabilities Administration. It appears from all that has been done to me and my daughter prior to and up until January 8th of 2012 that there was no consideration made of my multiple disabilities. I was never ever given an opportunity to have in-home services, which would have allowed my daughter to continue receiving services from Johns Hopkins and from one-to-one counseling. The interference is even on a much deeper level, and it's personally on her. It has affected how my daughter is able to receive services for housing, how she is able to receive services for independent living. Prior to her entering this current placement, which to me is no more than jail, with D2 Abraham at Frontline Community Services, she lived a very, very independent life. She was a latchkey kid. She had keys to get in and out of the house. She has worked for Mayor Barry's Youth Works. She has earned a paycheck. She has done for herself. And at almost every occasion that we speak on the phone, she asks, I'm going to get a new placement? To which I have to be very honest with her. Since what was done in January of 2012, that's going to be pretty close to impossible. And I don't really understand why. She was given a placement that does not challenge her, does not offer her any ability to grow independently, has no exit strategy, no plans for her to operate independently. She's basically in what was a group home. It's a group home. There were 3 people there. There are now 2. I have yet to find out how they are handling my daughter's extremely explosive behaviors. However, she should be given the opportunity, to make up her own decisions without them saying she's making her own decisions when they really actually are making the decisions for her and telling her to go along with them. B, she should have the housing of her choice with the supports of her choice. C, she wants children. She should have every opportunity to have children and to have the supports to raise the children. I saw it was close to Virginia Beach. I used to take my daughter to these services called Smart Ones. And I was very impressed because Smart Ones has services that the District of Columbia will not ever offer. They had services that allowed people not only to get married, but to raise children with the support of the community. That doesn't exist in the District of Columbia. Not only does that not exist, it does not exist in the District of Columbia what are called autism waiver services. Autism waiver services would guarantee certain services that would allow my daughter and others who are like her to live more independent lives and more fruitful lives without threat of being isolated and confined in placements such as frontline community services. These are things I'd love to see change for my daughter. I would love to see them change because what's happening to her now is a shame. It's really a shame. And it should stop. And you know, it's not only just what's affecting her. I'm watching this horror play itself out with quite a few disabled people. They took advantage of me as a disabled person because I don't know the law. I don't have any protections, and they did basically what they wanted to do to me. They're taking advantage of my daughter because she's not really protected as much as they say that she is. She's protected up until the point that the guardian and the provider are happy. That can't be. That's not even legally right, and it needs to be challenged. But what's more upsetting is that, yes, this is happening to my daughter. This is someone I love, but I know that it is happening to others. I am hoping that the activist community that cries for social justice will take it upon themselves to challenge this injustice. Because out of this, there are corporations that are making quite a bit of money from keeping children drugged up, keeping adults as dependent as possible, and keeping supports out of the hands that need it. I'm truly hoping that this changes. I truly am. And that I get the tools necessary to fight for change.